So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the European courts essentially saying that the European Commission can cut off funds from member states that are not following the EU's rules. So on the 16th of December 2020, the Parliament and Council adopted a regulation which establishes a general regime of conditionality for the protection of the union budget in the case of breaches of the principles of the rule of law in a member state. So essentially, the EU Council adopted a rule to say if you don't follow the rules, we can cut off the money. In order to attain that objective, the regulation allows the Council, on a proposal from the Commission, to adopt protective measures such as the suspension of payments to be made from the union budget, or the suspension of the approval of one or more programs to be paid from the budget. So essentially they can cut off the funds for projects and other things. Hungary and Poland each brought an action before the ECJ for the annulment of that regulation, but the court essentially did not side with them. They sided with the EU Council, Commission, Parliament, etc. So now we see this from the Telegraph, obviously a right-wing paper, but that von der Leyen and the Commission have come under increased pressure to actually start freezing funds from Poland and Hungary. So von der Leyen was under pressure to freeze European Union cash to Poland and Hungary after the European Court of Justice said that trying the funds to respect the rule of law was legal. So essentially, if you don't follow the law, the rules are in the EU, they can just cut you off. I've mentioned that about 3 times. Sorry. EU judges in Luxembourg rejected a legal challenge against the conditionality mechanism from Warsaw and Budapest, which are accused of violating democratic rights. The ruling by the EU's top court cannot be appealed, clears the way for Brussels to cut billions of euros of funds from the two countries. Hungary and Poland have long benefited from EU budget cash to help develop their economies. They are the two biggest recipients of EU funds. Viktor Orban and the Polish leader, I can't pronounce his name, the prime ministers for Hungary and Poland, respectively, are accused of infringing civil rights and exerting their control over the judiciary and media. Viktor Orban, more, I believe so, than the Polish leader, have caused more problems in this regard. MEP said the EU Commission President had run out of excuses to not trigger the mechanism. They have, I believe the ECJ did put in place that whilst these legal proceedings were going on, Poland were being fined a lot of money per day for this. And so the EU Commission is coming under more pressure to finally do something about this. The Commission will defend the Union's budget against breaches of the principles of the rule of law. We will act with determination, said von der Leyen, as she announced the Commission would decide how it will act in the coming weeks. So this article's come out fairly recently, 16th of February. I'm not sure when the video is going to come out because there's a lot of different articles and things I've been working on. But a viewer sent me this. Thank you to them once again. Roberta Metsola, the president of the EU Parliament, said the respect of the rule of law was non-negotiable and the Commission needed to apply the mechanism swiftly. The mechanisms could have repercussions on Hungary's April elections, which are expected to be the tightest race. So if the EU start this now and start cutting off these funds now, it's going to cause problems within the next election within Hungary, potentially. And so the EU may do this in order to cause problems in those elections, or the EU might avoid doing this, not to kind of interfere in, it wouldn't be a direct interference, but indirectly interfere in a country's election. These guys talk a load of other nonsense. There's a bit more here. So Poland and Hungary have threatened to retaliate by stalling other EU decisions that require unanimity, including on climate change, energy and foreign policy, which they could do, which is why the EU should act very quickly here. Brussels has already withheld pandemic recovery funds worth about 30 billion for Poland and 5.8 for Hungary, which is a lot of money for these countries. The conditionality mechanism could now affect any part of the EU budget worth a total of 1.5 trillion for 2021 to 2027. Poland is eligible for more than 62.7 billion pounds by 27. Hungary has a population of about a quarter of the size, but has received an even greater share of EU spending per capita. So these countries are very reliant on kind of EU structural funds, I guess we'll call them. and these countries are playing fast and loose with the kind of rules, and they're potentially going to suffer for this. It depends what the Commission want to do. The Commission aren't bothered so much with Brexit Britain as they are bothered, I believe so, with these countries, because it sets a bad precedent that if the EU don't step in and do something, other countries can start breaking EU rules and get away with it. So it's going to be up to von der Leyen and the gang to really do something here. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do. How much of the funds will they cut off, if any? They can't say the courts don't allow it, because the courts are allowing this to happen. They are allowing kind of the Commission to cut off funds from these member states. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on this. And if there's any updates, you should join the Discord server. Let me know, or comment them if anything else has moved on from this. This video should be coming out in the next couple of days anyways. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.